business working from home with as little as $200, $300, $400 in your pocket, and in just a few months you can turn that money into a consistent cash flow of $2,278 each and every month. And every time you duplicated this process, it would just become easier and faster. I guess then the bigger question would be, how many times can you turn a few $100s into $2,278 a month? Well, stay tuned because you're about to find out. So what I want to show you today is where to put your dollars, how to safeguard those dollars and assure you'll be successful in the transaction, and most important, how to count to 7. We're not going to go into any great detail today on any one particular step because that would just take too much time. And there will be additional videos we'll be putting out in the days ahead that'll probably answer every question you might have anyway. In the meantime, you can subscribe below and get the notification of these videos, and I would suggest you do that. I'll be even giving you one of the tools I'll be sharing with you here today you can use to help ensure you don't make mistakes. I use it myself to help assure my own success. So with that said, step 1 of 3 is where to go with your money. Believe it or not, it's very simple. It's a liquidation site. It's called liquidation.com. By the way, I don't get one dime from these guys, and personally I don't really care which liquidation site you go with. Doesn't matter to me. I just find this site has much more value when it comes to a smaller investment. And it's more important how you invest than where you invest anyway. And much more important, you learn how to count to 7. Here we are on liquidation.com. This is my site, so you're going to have to sign up for your own site. So let's go ahead and start looking for product here. I'm going to go to appliances. Go down to returns. You'll find that's probably the best value on this site. We're going to look at more into this site in subsequent videos, but right now we're just trying to get to this whole concept for you, so we're doing it pretty quickly. I'm going to go to Las Vegas because the shipping's less and it's near me. I could even pick it up if I wanted to. Let's find a product. Here we go. This one looks good. Let's pick it. Now the retail value here is $2,112. That's MSRP or retail value. I'm going to go to my quick calculator here, which you're going to get if you subscribe. It's invaluable. I'm going to put $2,112 in. Remember, I'm going to be bidding here. This is invaluable. Now, there's 18 quantity of 18 products or 18 units. I'm going to put it right here in my calculator. You're going to see why that's important later. There's a buyer's premium or a broker fee, sometimes called a broker's fee. It's usually 8, 10, 12%. This one's 10% in Vegas. I'm going to put it right here. It's already here. Broker fee 10%. Now basically the shipping or weight is 311 pounds. You always got to check that. On this particular site, they have shipping details. You can check it out right here. Get a quote. So I'm basically going to get that quote, put a zip code in, and then calculate shipping cost. And I have a quote of $127.72. So I'm just going to go ahead and put $128 in right here. There's my shipping cost. Now I'm going to go back to the auction, and I want to know what the current bid is and what the minimum bid is here. So let's assume we can get this lot, $170. At $170 plus my shipping, $128, plus my tax, which is the city you're buying in. This is Vegas, is 8%. Other cities are different. You got to check them out. Plus my broker fee, 10%. Your initial investment is $228. That means I'll be buying this product at 15 cents on the dollar. 15.56% of this retail price of $2,112. That's a screaming deal, by the way. But there's a floor. I always have a floor. There's my safety valve. Number 1, you always got to look at the floor which is 25% of the MSRP. That means if I sold everything at 25%, I'd be making $528 or $199 profit. That's 60% of the money at the floor. I could also sell 43% of the MSRP, $908, make $579 profit or 176% of the money. These profit centers here are based on my experience of what I could sell this lot at decently quick. Now the problem is there's 11 hours left in this lot, and we aren't buying this thing at $170. So let's get real realistic here. What if we bought it at $300? Means we'd be spending $482 investment on my floor. Okay, I'd be at 9.5% return on investment. That's no good. I need to be somewhere closer to, somewhere around 30%. Let's try 240 here. Almost there. 235, 240 is where I want to be on this lot, because I'm supposed to be right at 30% ROI. That's my floor. So that's a good price to be at. That's where I'd want to be on this bid. And I could do it very quickly against other people bidding. So that key, also I want to look at 19% on the dollar. That's under 20%. I want to be there, under 20%. That's it, folks. That's where I want to be. Step 2 in the process. Let's take a deeper dive into this auction calculator, because this is where we keep safe. Now, we just went over the basics in this particular area in this calculator, which is pretty simple and pretty straightforward. It's also very important you understand why and how I came up with these 4 profit areas right here. The first profit area is what I call the floor, and the reason for that is because when you get to unbox some of these items, you're going to find they don't work. You can't sell them. Or maybe you bought a lot that has a short shelf life, and the value you intended on selling for is no longer there by the time you're ready to sell it. This is easy to mitigate, by the way. We're not going to do that here. We'll be giving you that information in future videos. But for now, just know these things can happen, and if they do, you're in good hands because you didn't overbid on the floor. By the way, I can't remember the last time I sold a lot for under 25% of the retail value. But I can remember selling a few between 25 and 28%. And that's why the floor is where it's at. And I like an ROI, or return on investment, of 30%. Now there's some exceptions, and that's on the floor, 30%. Now there are some exceptions when I have to go negative on that floor. But that comes with experience and with selling certain items. For now, your floor is your best friend. These other profit areas here are where you're going to end up most of the time, right between 28 and 43%. Sometimes I've profited as high as 60 to 70% of retail value. That doesn't happen all the time because the retail market dictates most of the time what people are going to offer you. And please don't get mixed up on the selling at retail market percentage and how much return you're going to make. It's completely two different things. Let me show you what I mean. If you remember, in the previous example, we had an MSRP or retail value of $2,212. There were 18 items. Bid was $235, and it cost us $128 to get it shipped out. That means we would have had to invest $405, which would have put us right at the 30% ROI, or return on our investment, right here in my floor area, where you should be. Because I've done this several times, we're going to assume that we'll sell this lot somewhere between 28 and 43% of retail market value. And that doesn't mean selling everything in the lot either. By the way, I have a lot right now with 76 items, and I've only sold 8 of those items so far, and I'm already at 48% ROI. You're going to get that future video on that lot when I'm finished selling it. And I'm not going to make much more than that, because most of the things on that lot are smaller price items, and I don't like dealing with smaller price items. And you'll find out why here in a minute, because counting to 7 is more important. But take a look at these returns here. 28% of retail market, we're profiting $168. At 33% of retail, we're profiting $291. And that's a 71% return on a $405 investment. If it sells at 43% of the retail market, that's more than double your money in this example, $502. That'd put us around $900 cash in hand. What if we sold at 60% retail? Imagine. And you could sell on Craigslist, OfferUp, LetGo, a garage sale when things get back to normal, or anywhere you can find a good place to sell stuff. I have sold entire lots in as little as 2 days. I don't like to keep a lot more than a week or two, and you won't either, because you'll know how to count to 7 in just a moment. And that's the most exciting part of this whole program. I buy lots all the time near at or under 20 cents on the dollar, and that doesn't excite me as much as counting to 7 does. It's hard to buy these lots, I'm not going to lie to you. You have to make a lot of bids. You don't get them all. You don't get most of them, but you'll get your share. But the more times you can count to 7, the more bids you're going to win, and that means putting more cash in your pocket. So let's count to 7. This is where things get really exciting if you can stick to a plan. This is my 7x10x money machine, and if you use my calculator, which I'll send to you free of charge if you subscribe and follow what I'm about to share with you, and you can quickly alter your financial situation for the better. In this example, I'm starting with $400, which will end up right here. I'm using a 50% return as a mark, so if you started with $400 and made a 50% return on it, your cash on cash return would be $200. That would bring you right back to $600 cash on hand. Now you take that $600, reinvest it, and get $300 return. And you now have $900 to reinvest. You would do this 7 times until you had $4,566. Now it is crucial that you don't take out any of the funds along the way until you have turned 7 lots. Just like with a diet, if you fail in the first 7 turns, I can almost guarantee you will not be successful in selling lots, because the magic here is just 1 turn away. Because when you sell the 7th lot or lots, you'll have cash in hand $6,834, of which you can then pay yourself $2,278, and then you will still have $4,556 left to reinvest again. Now, depending on how well you manage your business, or maybe you've watched my future videos, could determine the amount of cash flow you're going to make. But if you want, you could take that $4,556 and try to buy 1 big lot, and then turn that lot, make another $2,278, and just keep repeating that process. Or you could also take the same remaining cash, $4,556, and bid it over 10 lots. This will give you a 10 times advantage, or 10x advantage, of winning a bid. This is your choice. So let's say you have 10 new lots now, and you decide you're going to turn those or sell those lots using the 7x method. At this point, then you'd have $68,000 approximately, of which $22,000 approximately would be your cash flow, or your new cash flow, and the leftover balance of approximately $45,000 now could be used to cash flow an additional or another $22,000. Try doing that once a month. So there's no right or wrong here. Just get to the 7 that you're comfortable with. It's really that simple. Now, don't go and invest every penny you have. I suggest you have everything under control financially first before you invest one single dollar. If you have to go out and get a job first and have extra money you can burn, that's what I suggest doing. And it's so important you subscribe here, because we're going to go break down each step along the way in detail in future videos. How and what you might want to search for, what items can sell the fastest, how to do a proper market analysis on a lot, how many items are best in most cases, what other sites can I buy from, how and when you might consider items, other types of items over returns, and how to use that right side of the calculator, and how it will become much handier in those cases. How the ratio to items to an MSRP can be a huge difference or advantage, and much, much more. So if you like what you saw, please hit the like button below, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for future videos to get my free quick action calculator. And thanks for watching.